CNETs are claiming that Son Heung-min is actually Chinese. I'm not shitting you guys. A lot of different things. This is just one of those things. The question I want to ask you is, welcome to your favorite K-pop show, DKDKTV. Stanley Kid,
David,
lots and lots of
Hottest T.
First off,
Kings and Queens come back. Wow.
Wow, okay. And second,
Lots and lots.
Kimchi is Chinese. YouTuber causes controversy and triggers Chinese people for saying kimchi is Korean.
The most relevant news in the world.
Uh-huh.
And last but not least, K-pop fans impeach Biden now.
Oh boy, what is going on with K-pop? On to the first news.
Okay, so the K-pop scene is getting extremely hot again as many things have been scheduled for the first half of 2021. To begin with, the idol competition program Kingdom is coming back with a crazy lineup. First, as the Boyz won the road to Kingdom, the previous version of this program, they are set to compete in this year's Kingdom as well. Following the Boyz, we have two mega groups confirmed. Take a guess.
Treasure? Island?
What do you mean island? Who's island?
And hyphen.
And Hyphen.
And hyphen.
No. Stray Kids and Ateez.
Oh.
All three groups showed K-pop fans jaw-dropping performances during the 2020 Mama stages. The lineup doesn't end here, as there are rumors that iKON might be appearing on the program as well. According to various news sources, iKON is currently in the final stages of the talk with Kingdom, and it is predicted that there is a high chance of iKON to get on board. If they do decide to appear, it will be their first Mnet program appearance since 2016. Oh, they got some beef there. Although many fans are showing their frustration with several points, such as BI not being on the team, iKON being in their 7th year of activities and having to appear on another survival program again. While these mega groups hopping on board of the program lineup stirred a lot of excitement up, there were points of disappointment, as well as some anticipated groups confirmed that they would not appear on the show. For example, B2B, who reportedly got an offer to appear on the show, was known to have refused the offer, and Kingdom staff stated that because B2B had colorful performances and good vocal skills, we wanted to cast them, but due to the schedule issues, they could not come on the program. Another group that decided not to join the program was Monsta X. Many K-pop fans anticipated and looked forward to Monsta X to perform on the program, but unfortunately, Starship Entertainment stated that after many thoughts and thinking, Monsta X decided not to appear on Kingdom. But
I mean, they're not. I'm honestly surprised that iKON is also there. I don't think their levels at a level where they have to prove anything.
I don't think it's like about proving. It's just like giving more better performances. Ateez and Stray Kids are getting up there really fast, very quick. The popularity level.
I don't think they're at the iKON level.
Yeah, but they're getting up there really fast, so I think it would be okay to like settle them in the same competition. No hate. Anyways, in addition, it was revealed that SF9 refused to be on the show as well. So a lot
iKON 선배님 is there, but SF9's like, I don't.
And also, like, if you think about it, Stray Kids, JYP, iKON, YG. Yeah, so these big companies are also joining the game. Anyways, now many fans are worried and curious at the same time on which other idol groups will join the program, and what are your guesses? Like, we don't seem to have many options left here. So in order for this show to go on, there must be some idols on board. Tell us your guesses in the comments.
I think I wanted Treasure, maybe. Yeah. And maybe N-hyphen.
Me too.
Also, it's like CJ owns
Mnet.
half of it. So, well, at least Treasure is out of the window because iKON's there.
Well, maybe it could be like a 선배님, 후배님,
like,
you know.
Passing on the legacy now. Like, this is your crown. I don't feel like YG would put their own artists against their own artists. So, definitely no more YG groups.
Not a lot of groups left, right?
I kind of want MCND again. Honestly, like, if we're going on that level, there's not a lot of choices.
Right.
There's literally nobody.
Right.
Among that level of name value.
TVXQ.
No.
Because they're the MCs.
Yeah,
if they have a shortage,
there?
If there's a shortage on boy groups, why not TVXQ?
We got all the big names.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, so tell us your guesses in the comments.
NCT?
Yeah, maybe.
NCT.
Also, let's talk about these possibilities in the DK News After Show
Right,
on patreon.com/DKDKTV. The hottest K-pop tea served live exclusively for Patreons. Oh, and maybe we could also do a Kingdom After Show as well as a regular.
We can watch a few episodes of Kingdom and talk about
I mean, even with that lineup already, I think it's gonna be epic. So, like, let's do the after show.
I just wish there was less lip syncing this time.
I mean, like,
it's a whole lip syncing.
It's more dance and stage performance.
I do know that, but like, it's not a dance competition. Okay.
Yeah.
My 2 cents. Stop lip syncing, please. At least on competitions.
Okay, let's see what happens. So, yeah, super excited about the amazing performances to be shown on the show. And now this is not it. As I said, Kings and Queens are coming back soon.
Okay.
I did not prepare this mild half-assed tea. One of the Kings returning is Bobby.
Oh boy.
Speaking of iKON, Bobby dropped his comeback D-Day poster aimed for January 25th,
Wait,
which
that's
is
today.
And by the time this DK News is being aired, Bobby's second full-length solo albums, Lucky Man and his MV You Mad?
Is he calling out the K-Nets?
I don't know. Will have been released. So tell us what you think about Bobby's comeback in the comments. We'll actually save them because we're actually going to launch a new K-pop live show with a special, very mysterious host. We're gonna talk about Bobby's comeback and do a full album review on the show together on January 27th, 1 p.m. KST. So put your notifications on. I look forward to our amazing show. Anyways, other than Bobby, we still have more Kings. 2 Queens actually coming back too.
Right.
First, Hyuna.
Hyuna.
Hyuna dropped several concept images for the release of her mini album I'm Not Cool, but her posters look really cool.
And she also recently posted an Instagram post of her in bras with Dawn. And
with Dawn? Dawn has bras on too?
No, he has nothing on top, but something down there.
Okay.
It was very
cool.
cute.
Yeah, they look very cool, like, you know, very cool. Ventilation. Okay. Moreover, the real solo queen IU dropped the music video teaser for Celebrity, which is the pre-release single of her upcoming 5th full-length album. IU coming back with another full-length album. So Kings and Queens all ready to come back. It's gonna be a war zone.
I feel bad for the rookie groups that are coming out right now.
Oh yeah,
they're in for a fight.
But for the K-pop fans, it's gonna be the best year ever. I think COVID is getting better and better, and now
I don't know.
Well, let's
not be too optimistic when
positive.
the rest of the world is fucking dying.
Well, at least in Korea. Anyways, it's got to get better somewhere at least.
Actually, Australia, they're now no masks.
Lots of other parts in Asia too.
So good job, Aussies. And on to the next news. Speaking of good jobs, a Korean YouTuber got fired from a good job a few days ago. She was fired from her agency for saying that kimchi is Korean food. A Korean YouTuber named Hemji was fired from her Chinese agency on January 17th for saying Korean food is Korean and not Chinese. This all started on November of last year when Hamzi, a mukbang YouTuber with 5+ million subscribers, uploaded a mukbang video of her eating sam. Sam is a Korean dish that's basically like a lettuce wrap of meat, rice, and various other ingredients. After the video went live, Hamzi proceeded to heart like a few Korean comments that criticized the Chinese. The comments that she liked read, "I was angry at watching the videos of Chinese arguing that eating sam is actually Chinese culture, but now I am happy since Hemji put up a sam mukbang. And the Chinese jerks are saying sam is their tradition. I'm getting pissed." These are the comments that she liked. Now in her defense, she also liked a lot of different comments that were very positive. I think she likes a lot of comments. That's just her style. Now these K-Net's anger was sparked from a recent video that a Chinese YouTuber with 6 million subscribers uploaded. Her name is Jeonseo Soga. The Chinese YouTuber had recently uploaded a video of her eating sam and then claimed it to be part of her culture in her region of China. So this Chinese YouTuber is basically like a YouTuber that lives in rural China, and she uploads videos of her making mostly Chinese food. and she introduced this as part of her culture. However, the sam she was making was exactly identical to the Korean style sam, like exactly identical, and many Koreans deemed it to be another attempt from China to claim Korean culture as their own, hence why the K-nets were criticizing the Chinese in Hamzi's comment section. So you got the context now, right?
Yep.
Weirdly enough, Chinese netizens just caught this on their radar last week. Hamzi, who has a sizable following in China as well, rose to the #1 trending keyword on China's social media website called Weibo, and CNETs heavily criticized Hamzi for liking a post that called the Chinese nom, a Korean word that can be loosely translated as jerk or asshole or dick, and argue that sam and kimchi are part of Chinese culture. As a response, Hamzi did make an apology video on Weibo livestream for liking a post with a derogatory word. However, she doubled down on her firm viewpoint by replying comments on her recent video with, of course, kimchi and sam is Korean food. It's not even a debate. A few days later, Hamzi's Chinese agency announced that they have terminated their contract with her, stating that Hamzi's words have hurt the Chinese fans and also challenged the trust between the agency and the Communist Party. The agency also stated that it does not accept insulting behaviors to China, and all of Hamzi's videos were then taken down from the Chinese video platform Bilibili, and her account was deleted. So quick. Meanwhile, Hamzi stated a response saying, "If I have to say that kimchi and sam is Chinese food, then I won't do activities in China. I don't understand how this is even a controversy."
You go, girl.
Now, China has been recently amping up their efforts of claiming Korean culture as their own. The Chinese mobile game Shining Nikki introduced hanbok characters in celebration of its launch in Korea recently. Many Chinese netizens on Weibo started claiming that hanbok was actually not Korean, but rather Chinese culture, and that the company shouldn't say it's Korean. So a whole internet war sparked between CNETs and K-nets, and eventually the company put out an apology to the Chinese netizens and announced anyone criticizing China on the Korean servers will be banned.
Okay.
Not surprisingly, this triggered an extreme backlash among Korean users and led to the game shutting down its Korean servers within just a month after release here.
Okay.
So there's a lot of cases like these that are happening recently. So Hamzi is not like the first victim of this. We'll talk more about these individual cases in the after show. Cases like CNETs are claiming that Sonheung-min is actually Chinese. I'm not shitting you guys. A lot of different things. This is just one of those things. The question I want to ask you is, China is becoming more and more ridiculous and strict with their narrative and what they deem is right history and okay content, right? Whether we like it or not, Korean content, a lot of its sales heavily depends on China, right? So how will the market shift, do you think?
I always said that we need to grow independence from China.
I know,
China's
but
market.
that's
I know.
not the reality here.
I know, but still, we should go in that direction. That's why I always disagreed in accepting Chinese capital in any kind of media or entertainment industry. They're gonna sway it whichever way they want. They've always been hostile. They've always wanted to devour up our country's culture and make it theirs, and they have never shown any sign of respect. So that's how it's been for like thousands and thousands of years. And honestly, not to do any hate speech, but just to put facts, China has reigned and colonized our country even like 10 times more than Japan, if you go into real history.
I mean,
and
yeah.
So,
That's true.
like, China has historically done nothing helpful to Korea. It's not doing anything in the modern age as well. And I don't feel like they're going to do in the future as they become a superpower now. And now they're rivaling the United States and we're stuck in between. So nothing good is coming from them. So I always think...
I mean, I'm not asking what you want. I'm asking how will Korean market adapt?
China is not all of the world. Like, you know how K-pop got rid of China and it's doing more successful right now. We got India, we got Southeast Asia, we got Europe, we got Africa, we got South America, the US. We have the global market. At this point, you know, China, because they're just Asian and they're just the biggest country, and they have like the Korea is Chinese, Japan is Chinese, and even the Inuit, even the Inuits that cross through like Alaska and then go to America is gonna be Chinese in like 100. So everyone is going to be Chinese in like 100 years. So for the time being, let's be proud of our country.
We're all one race.
Well, that is true, but we're not Chinese.
We're all Chinese at the end.
Let me just get this straight though. Like, to our Chinese viewers, I have no hate against the Chinese people.
I mean, you just been hating.
No, but the government, the historical distortion, and all of these kind of things need to stop. Good old Chinese citizens out there in the global society watching this YouTube in a YouTube permitted country, you guys have no fault. Unless you say Sonheung-min is Chinese or BTS is Chinese.
Maybe they do believe that. But I think this is gonna happen more and more.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's inevitable.
China is Thanos.
Korean content will be now consumed by Chinese money, and we're already seeing it. What was that recent drama?
That had like Chinese billboards.
Right,
and stuff.
right. This recent
True
drama,
Beauty.
True Beauty. So it has Chaonon, and it's like a very high production drama, and it has two main sponsors that are all Chinese. These characters that are Korean go to like a Korean convenience store to buy Chinese products. There's Chinese billboards in Korean bus stops and shit like that. So we're gonna see way more of that. I think it's inevitable. So guys, I think you guys should all learn Chinese. What? We're gonna now see Chinese speaking characters in K-pop. I mean, we already have them, but we're gonna see Chinese in K-pop.
we're now gonna spell kimchi with a C now.
Kimchi is like Chinese now, apparently. So we'll expect to see more of that, and I think we can talk about this more in the after show.
So yeah, on to the next news. So speaking of China, impeach Biden now. What? Okay, so impeach K-pop now, says Kpop Fans. Yeah, that headline was a little bit clickbaity, but facts at the same time, because Kpop Fans went on spamming and taking over the hashtag ImpeachBidenNow on social media. And this is not the first time Kpop Fans have done such political acts. For instance, we had Kpop Fans spamming All Lives Matter during the BLM movement, trying to drown down the hashtag with irrelevant K-pop memes and fan cams. Also, there was that time when Kpop Fans intentionally trolled the Trump election rally, which made Trump and his team think that there would be enormous turnouts to the rally, but it was actually just K-pop fans trolling. So this time, as the new president of the United States of America, Joe Biden, congratulations by the way, inaugurated on January 20th, many Trump supporters who could not admit the situation and were extremely mad tried to trend hashtag ImpeachBidenNow on social media, trying to request the impeachment of the new president. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican congressman, posted, President Joe Biden is unfit to hold the office of the presidency. His pattern of abuse of power as President Obama's vice president is lengthy and disturbing. So after these words, the hashtag was trending. All the Trump supporters were jumping on the hashtag. However, K-pop fans flooded the hashtag Impeach Biden now with the usual fan cams and K-pop memes, making the hashtag trend worldwide. And these political acts in K-pop fandoms have becoming more and more frequent. So what do you think about this power that K-pop fandoms are holding now?
I have a very mixed opinion about this, honestly.
Go on.
Maybe sabotaging a certain form of voice is a form of protest on its own.
Okay.
But at the same time, I also feel like it really drowns out the possible discussion. I haven't really looked up this hashtag, and I'm sure there's people that are actually having arguments and also people that are just radical. Just putting fan cams isn't progressing any kind of discussion. It's more like silencing. If we're gonna really improve as a democracy, silencing and just drowning out opposing views with fan cams is not the way to go. I know what they're trying to do. They feel like some topics, some hashtags they want to drown out because it contains, hateful, racist, or whatever, a lot of hate speech. But at the same time, I think this is a very slippery slope, and who gets to decide what's gets to be drowned out what's hateful and what's not. I'm not sure. This hashtag ImpeachBidenNow, the surface level message, it seems more like a political, maybe a radical political thought, but also, but still a political argument, right? Putting fan cams on every single thing that they disagree with is probably the least democratic response you could give. That's how I feel like.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like,
okay.
not productive.
So I think Danny is approaching this in a more general and broad perspective in democracy in general.
Yeah.
But let me just speak about fandom dynamics. In my opinion, I don't like totally disagree to Danny's. I think back in the day, fandoms had very negative images, right? And they were like fanatics, losers, etc. From the society. However, nowadays that has totally changed if you just see those kind of movements, right? So the participatory culture has evolved from fanfics to politics now. Now K-pop fans are even stepping into territories of society that they haven't ever stepped into before. K-pop fandoms that were always seen as an outcast or minority is gaining strength in real life. If you look at K-pop fandoms, I'm not biased, but actually they're very woke.
I don't know about woke, but they're very liberal and progressive.
Yeah, they're very open to new cultures.
I hate the word woke.
Just liking K-pop, just judging by that fact. If you're in a society that is dominated by your own pop culture, trying to get out of the box and going overseas is a very progressive style of life. And I feel like K-pop fans are very open to new cultures. They're very international. They have the attitude to learn more. On top of that, they have the collective intelligence because they're a fandom, like big ass fandom. And they have the firepower as well. So now they're a very powerful group that can impact society in a positive or also negative way as well. We'll have to see where this power goes. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. But I'm just saying, just for the time being, it doesn't feel so bad that K-pop fans are growing strength because, like, you know, we've always been such a minority in the past. But now we actually have the consumer power. We actually have the political power. We're gaining power. Oh, am I getting power thirsty? Oh, is this how people?
Communism?
Oh, is this
how communism revolts happen?
So maybe maybe Danny has a point here, but anyways,
this is like Animal Farm.
Yeah, I'm Napoleon. But anyways, I'm so proud to be in the middle of this
Power revolution.
Yeah.
Power to the people.
You know, there should always be revolutions, flip flop. So it's K-pop fans this time. It's our time to shine.
And then now. After that, non-K-pop fans will start drowning out hashtags. Honestly, my biggest worry is this.
What?
You know how Twitter and social media can be powerful and also
mob mentality.
Elusive. Yeah, mob mentality.
Yeah.
People can get into a momentum, get into some sort of atmosphere among their group of peers, and then they just suddenly just move very radically. And they think they're right. Young K-pop fans are very impressionable. The more K-pop becomes a political thing, it's definitely on a certain side. There's a good and an evil that they see. All these fans, impressionable young fans, they're gonna see this and they're gonna think this is basically the rule of the world.
Yeah, that's the only answer.
Right, this is the only answer. I feel like it could potentially block them from developing balanced views of the world.
Critical thinking.
It's made a fun activity because posting fan cams, that's what we do all day. Basically, it's this is fun.
But at the same time, in general, I think it's good because there is this exposure to politics.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
I mean, there are pros and cons definitely, and
but I will say this though. I had a teacher when I was young.
I had that teacher too. I know where you're going.
That was like a super far right teacher and also super far left.
Yeah.
Especially in our professors.
Yeah.
Like in our school, they're super fucking left.
Yeah, journalists are usually
right. Like super ultra left. Honestly, when you're young and impressionable, you think that's the truth to the world.
And that's what they're trying to do.
Right. So I believed in them for a while. Yeah. But then
so now you're super right.
No, I'm not. I'm balanced, okay? I'm balanced. But when I look back, I don't think that's the right way to introduce politics to kids.
Okay. So yeah, there are definitely pros and cons to this issue, many layers. We'll be discussing this on the DK News after show.
I think this will be the juiciest topic.
Thoroughly. I think you guys might want to join the arena as well.
Right.
So
I'm sure you guys have a lot more to say to us.
Does this K-pop hashtag movement becoming political have more pros or more cons? So let's see in the after show, patreon.com/DKDKTV only. We're going to be expanding our channel soon. So look forward to that. We need as much support as we can.
Oh, and we have more than 1,000 Patreons now.
Woo!
you
shout
very
out.
much.
Thank you very much.
The party is growing, so you guys join too.
K-pop fandoms are doing this too. Fundraisers.
Right,
yeah.
right. How about we get a political movement to fund DKDKTV? That can be the next hashtag.
And now Danny's gonna convert to the pro side. Yeah.
Right. So there you go. And see you guys next time.
Bye.